What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Being rational, give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, man, I'm the one who put in the word.
When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. Shout out to Commander in the chat. What up, Nine? Appreciate you. The Minister of Defense, the General, is in the building. Hey, shout out to Missing Mob, man. I was over there for a minute. I just popped up real quick. I was playing with OBS and couldn't quite figure things out. It was all thought I knew what I was doing until I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I just wanted to pop up here real quick. I forgot who I was talking to over there. Oh, some dude named Jay. Yeah. People funny, man. What up, Shill Slippy Punches? What up, though? Appreciate you. Yeah, Jill funny, man. Jill funny. It was just I was over at Missing My channel, rocking out with her and the people over there. Those people had some good questions. We was over there having talks, but yeah, that dude Jill funny. His tactics is funny. I was just sitting there reading them the whole time, and like, nah, bro, I'm good. I have a conversation with you, but we not ill. Like, you, I don't know, bro. People read, and I don't know how they interpret things or how they study things or anything like that, but yeah. So that was fun. Yeah, we had fun over there. That's why we didn't pop up over here. I was gonna pop up. I wasn't even gonna come on at all tonight, but I needed to recalibrate. I need to Spooky Betty. What up, though? What up? Jill is short for Jesus is Lord. I kind of figured that. And me personally, look, man, I don't knock nobody religion. I'm a life coach by profession. I got 3 Christian people who I'm coaching now, and I don't coach scriptures, but I coach people how to develop relationships with their ideology. I turn them into practitioners. It's not just good to read, but follow, do, and you'll see the benefits that it has. Like I've read the Bible probably over 66 times, and a lot of the things within the Bible I practice. I don't need to believe in nothing when you know. Why you need to believe in something when you know? People get stuck at that phase of belief, accepting something as true. That's not saying that it is true. You just accept it as true. By definition, you just accepting it. A lot of times, you have facts, but when there's facts, then it's known. You can bypass the belief aspect. So it's better to practice and see the benefit. And if it benefits you and nobody else, it's for you. That's what I always tell people. So even people that I coach, it don't matter, people. Well, my family, it don't matter what your family say. Your family ain't got nothing to do with you with developing a relationship with your God, your higher being, your divine, whatever you call it. That's between you and that entity. You know, if you're an atheist, they rock with science. You know, whatever you believe in to make you a better version of you, rock with that. You know, that's what I preach. You know, I don't discriminate. I don't feel the need to. My belief is better than yours. Like that shows lack of confidence. You got to go out and prove to people that your belief is the best belief. You got to prove that to other people because you don't believe that shit yourself. That's why people get into all these debates and shit. If it worked for you, you would just be living life doing it, using it. Wouldn't matter what other people say. True practitioners of their faith, that's what they do. You don't see them going around trying to debate and do all that. I mean, is it fun? It's fun. You know, it can be fun. But ultimately, I'm good. I'm good. But if we have a debate, at least let's have a debate, man. Leave all that homonyms, the narrative, leave all that, you know. Be mature and do it. If I want to debate kids, I go debate kids. You know. A lot of that assumption, I assume. You know what assuming I'm gonna say it like this. This how you can tell there's levels to life, right? There's levels to everything. People who are successful in life, they don't assume shit. An assumption is based on nothing. Your opinion, your feeling is not valid. Your assumption. And it's lazy. All you gotta do is sit and listen to people, ask thought-provoking questions to understand how they think and even why they think that way. That's all you got to do. A little work. But people so quick to put people in boxes that, and once you put them in the box, oh, I know how this person. No, you don't. There's nuances to everything. You know, there's nuances to everything. Everybody ain't the same. What people often do is limit other people to their own limitations. That's what people often do. I'm not capable of this, so you can't be capable. Why are you a divine being and I'm not? Because you're not. That's why. Yeah, y'all don't let people limit y'all to their own limitation. That's what people try to do often. They will try to limit you. They will try to make you mediocre as they are because they're not achieving. They don't feel other people should either. That's why people stop at that believe. Why? Just go further. Practice it. Don't just read it. Knowledge is one thing. Wisdom is another. Wisdom is knowledge practice over time. That's how you gain wisdom. You practice what you know over time. Simple as that. That's why most people associate wisdom with older people. Why? Because they've been here practicing over time. 50, 60 years old, you should have learned something by now. That's why people associate wisdom to older people or age. Writers, what up, though? Hey, you missed it over at Missing Mod. You missed it. We had a little fun over there tonight. I'm still trying to figure out that OBS. I just popped up here for a minute because I was playing with that and failed. Epic failure. It was an epic failure on my part. But yeah, we was chilling over at Missing Mod. Yeah, she had some cool people over there. She had some cool. Man, Aiden is a chirp, bro. That dude had me crying, man. That dude had me crying. I was about to see if I can co-stream and bring y'all over there. I didn't know if she had that option. I didn't even check. Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to get on tonight. I was supposed to chill, and I was supposed to be playing with the OBS, but I don't feel like it. I just like StreamYard is. Yeah. I think when I take this seriously as a streamer, I'll go to OBS. But for now, StreamYard is enough. But when I want to go to the next level, yeah, I'm gonna play with OBS some more. I don't even think I need it once I get my once I finish my studio. I don't even think I need it. 'Cause everything I need down there, everything I got down there, I can use it up here. Yeah, but that was an interesting conversation over there. Right, is what you get into today. I ain't really got nothing to talk about. That shit was just funny. I wanted to get on a panel when Bond was on the panel. I wanted to pick with Bond. Bond was going off. I didn't even know that was him talking. Then Pixie, shout out to Pixie, man. Pixie was holding her own, holding it down over there. Yeah, Jill, that dude Jill is a character. Yeah, writing. I know, man. I was listening to Frankie yesterday. I'm like, that inspired me. I wrote a couple lines. I ain't gonna share them with you though. I might put it into a short. Might make a short about it. But yeah, shout out to Blanco, man. Hey man, rest in peace, Yak, man. OG passed away. Y'all know Yak, Chicago's finest. He been over here a couple times, you know, spitting wisdom, giving us some understanding from his perspective. You know, he recently passed away. So it's another brother we lost, man. Shout out to him. Rest in peace, man. Shout out to the ancestors. Oh, I found that video. Post-traumatic embitterment disorder. I was gonna premiere it, but I found it late. That damn thing, 30 minutes long. I don't know, I might cut it up some more, make it like 2 15-minute lives. Or 2 15-minute, yeah, it's 30 minutes long. I ain't know it was that long. I thought it was shorter than that. Y'all probably can go in and edit it some more, but yeah, I premiered that. I'll definitely premiere that. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do Venting Friday, and then I got part 2 of manipulation. We're gonna talk about why. Why should we manipulate? Well, I gave you the context. I didn't mean that. But we'll talk about why Sunday. We'll talk about that Sunday. I haven't even worked on the chakra series. I can knock that out real quick, but it'll probably take me a day to finish it and then just, you know, present it. I might just do that. I might just chalk it up, write it all up, and then just wait, you know, do it probably 3 days straight and just finish it off. Just to be done with that part, because the chakra series actually gonna be 3 different parts. You know, right now we're just talking about unlocking the chakra. Then we're gonna talk about elevating the chakra. Then we're gonna talk about, you know, all the different aspects of the chakra. But I want to talk about opening and elevating, and then we'll talk about the benefits. So I'm working backwards. I'm gonna work backwards on the chakras. Like I said, I use everything. I use anything. But it was funny because he kept saying like I'm new age. I'm like, bro, stuff I've been practicing been around longer than religion. the shit I practice, but you don't take time to listen to people or to even ask the right questions to get the right answers, you know. Because people so quick to jump to conclusions, but that just shows, you know, a lot about your character in life. Usually people like that are not successful in life, who just consistently jump to conclusions, who feel comfortable doing that. Those people do not study or prepare for life itself, you know. So they usually work mediocre jobs and they read a couple books, think they smart, but when they try to apply what they know to the real world, they don't yield no results from it. They tend not to yield many results. Some dude over on Missing Mind channel, he was like, "Oh, you one of them new age dudes." I'm like, "New age, bro? You know the Bible is new. Christianity is new, bro. That's one of the newest religions, man." but I'm New Age. No, what I practice been around a lot longer than that. Shit, Greek mythology been around longer than Christianity. Hence what I'm saying, Greek mythology. Yeah, it was just some dude over there, some random dude. You know, it seems that he doesn't have, I don't know. I just be interested, like the way people interact with other people. You know me, I study behavior. So once I see people interact in a certain way or the consistency of a certain behavior, I'd be interested. Like, what your life look like? Like you said, I'm running away. I run away from writers. This dude said, I run away from conversations and use my kids for an excuse. Like, nah, bro, I got 2 toddlers, bro. I'm a dad, real life dad. I'm in my kids' life. I'm teaching them shit. I'm rearing my children. So my children and my family is more important. Only time I've been on here for 2 years. If you hear me in the daytime, a lot of times what you do, you hear my kids with me. You'll hear my son. They be out in the back with me, chilling. I can't go live from my computer in the day because my daughter would be all over it. Even when she wake up, y'all done seen, you know. But people rather assume, oh, I done seen a lot of people like, yeah. And I bet you do not get paid to think. People like that do not get paid to think. So you're usually doing some type of physical work for income. This is because of your thought process. That's laziness. You put everybody in the box. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're that, you're this. That's funny. You telling me more about you than you figuring it out about me. Yeah, that dude was funny. He wanted to have a debate, and I'm like, at first I was like, okay, we can debate, and then the more and more I listened to him, I'm like, nah, bro, we ain't ilk. I don't think he understood what I was saying. Like, we not ilk. There ain't gonna be no debate with me and you. We can have a conversation though, but there's no point in me debating you. Just the way you think, bro. There's no point. You one track mind, bro. You get fixated on something and you run with it. You telling me there's not 2 creation stories in the Bible? No, that's, bro. Do you know how many pastors I ate up on that? And then you looking at the word, and then when you go to Hebrew, you clearly see it was a creation, and God told them to go forth and be fruitful, and then it was a creation in the garden. 2 creation stories. That's why when Cain killed Abel and went into the world, there was people already there. That's why. Adam and Eve was created specifically for the garden. That is not debatable. That's not debatable, bro. That's just 2 different aspects of the same. That's how can it be 2 aspects of the same story when God told them to go forth and be fruitful in one, and the next one he limited them to the garden, and when he kicked them out the garden, what did he tell them? You cursed. So one was given responsibility, and one was given a punishment. Well, I'm going to eat you alive. We'll go to the word. You already showed me you're incapable of critically thinking. You already showed me that. That's proven. You're incapable of it. So, nah, ain't gonna be no debate. Ain't worthy of a debate. I already know what you go do. I already know your tactics, and I ain't got time for that. I have not had time for that. That story leads 2 more questions too. Man, that's what I said. It's incomplete. They took stuff out. Even if you look in the Ethiopian Bible, those stories are different, man. Those stories, and that's the oldest book, is the Ethiopian Bible. It's not the oldest scripture, but it's definitely the oldest book that they can date back. So it ain't been touched or corrupted. It didn't go through multiple councils to determine things. That's when I asked him when did Jesus get ordained as Christ? Because he wasn't always looked at like that. And that's just history. Well, I'm gonna take you back to John. Nah, bro, you ain't taking me back to no book. Let's go to history, bro. What was the people at the time? What did they believe in? There's historical documents about that. So we can talk about that. We can talk about why the Council of Nicene was formed. And you can see in a historical document why they did that. Why was that important? Before that, Christ was just a prophet, bro. He wasn't the son of God. Before that, he was just a prophet. So they had the yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You want to debate and just use scripture. Well, no, I'm using a lot of different things. That's how you debate. Let's talk about the validity of the Bible. Let's talk about that, man. A lot of different things I want to talk about. Well, this is what I don't care what people do. We talking about what I'm doing and what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, people try to move the goalposts, try to convince other people. Like, nah, bro, man, you having a conversation. Let's do that. Let's have a conversation. Even if if you in the bushes, bro, hit the link, man. I got a minute or two. I got a minute. $755. What up, though? What up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Yeah, I popped up late. I was trying to work with OBS. I cannot. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't figure it out, but I just did an update, and things ain't where they used to be. That's all I know. Things ain't where they used to be, so I gotta play with it some more. But I want to start streaming from there. I'll probably wait till I get down into my studio. I'm about to get a better camera too. I'm gonna get a better camera. But yeah, this is what I preach, right? Whatever makes you a better version of yourself, practice that. If it's Christianity, Hebrewism, Israelites, Islam, whatever makes you a better version, practice that. You know, different things for different people, right? Everybody be wanting to be the same. And that's another, that shows another characteristic trait. With the desire to want to be the same. Or if you ain't this, then you bad. If you ain't that, then you bad. I don't care what you is. As long as you ain't out here doing no unscrupulous things, then I'd be like, cool. You know what I'm saying? If you out here helping yourself or helping your family or helping people, cool. You ain't got to be no saint. Just don't be fucking with nobody and you cool. But people come out here, they claim they Christians, they Muslim, whatever you claim you be, and y'all be doing some unscrupulous shit. Y'all have some nasty ways. You can't hide behind no religion. Your character can't hide behind no religion, no spiritual practice. Your character can't hide behind that. That's just what you are. You can claim to be this or that, but it's your actions. It's your deeds. Some of the most immoral people be the people who saying they got their moral from God. They be doing some immoral shit. So you can't hide behind none of that. What you do is what you do. The way you are is the way you are. Some of the coolest people I know on this planet are atheists. They are atheists. They don't believe in no higher or divine power. We have great relationships, have great conversations. We never attack one another. Even my Christian friends, I got family members that, devout Christians, we don't have no arguments or nothing like that. It'd be the people who want to tell you, you going to hell and all, like, bro, for real. Then now we got to talk about it. Now we got to talk about it. You talk about the Gehenna Valley, yeah, that place you can go to today over in Jerusalem, that place, hell. In the Old Testament, hell, there was no hell. It was a purgatory. It was a place of void. There was no punishment there. That didn't come until Don't even quote me. I don't even want to name the century. But that didn't come to the New Testament, where people were being punished in the afterlife. There's no punishment in the afterlife in the Hebrew text. That came with Greek influence. That's why they call hell Hades. Literally, when you read the New Testament, they call hell Hades in the Greek. That's what hell is. And guess what? Hades been around before Christianity. Hades is of Greek influence or Greek mythology. That's what Hades is. But when you only study one thing, you only know one thing. And then I don't know how people study. You telling me something that was written in multiple languages, what it say or what it means. You're not even using the perspective of the people who wrote it. You don't even know about the people who wrote it, what they was going through historically when they wrote the text. Everything is written in motivation. They even tell you the Bible is written by man, inspired by God. Okay, yeah. Bible was written by man who was inspired by God. So what was that man going through at that time where God needed to inspire them to write a book? Let's talk about that. What was the man going through? And shit, why ain't God inspired nobody else to write a book? Probably did, but if somebody today said God inspired me to write this book, he'll put them in a damn nut house. Like, people will argue about dead people and assume that people alive today cannot have the same experience or similar experience to the people in the Bible. That's wild to me. Oh, we ain't worthy enough. Yeah, you ain't. You a sheep. Go follow. Don't put your limitations on me. And then what did he say? Yeah, it's only black people who say they are divine. So hey, bro, they just teach us different, bro. Maybe that is. Maybe they teach us different. Is that why you know? Is that what it is? You saying all that? I ain't saying nothing. I just said I'm a divine being having a human experience. Oh yeah, that's the metaphysics. Nah, bro, this shit older than that, bro. We been told that. Ben was told that. That was passed down. That we had the divine spirit. And it's also in the Ethiopian Bible. So, I mean, you want to talk about, religion, or it's also written in the Ethiopian Bible that God gave us a divine spark. In your Bible, it was just breath, but in the Ethiopian Bible, it said God gave us a divine spark. In fact, almost any spiritual system you look into, there was some type of acorn, some type of air, some type of breath, some type of, God took something from itself and put it within human. And all spiritual practice that happened, that's how the humans were animated. So we came to life. That's what makes us different from animals. But they also tell us everybody ain't got that. And then it makes sense because people look outside themselves for that divine spark, whether they're in. I wonder why they can't find it. Wonder why they can only rely on dead people to tell them about God. And then it'd be funny when people argue God and they argue from a position that no experience. They can only tell you what they know from what they read. They can't tell you what they experienced. That's funny to me. But you talk to people who practice spirituality, or even people who practice religion, people who actually practice it, they'll tell you about God. They ain't got to go to no book. It's only the people who read that got to tell you about God from a book. Only people who read, man. Only people who read. I need to get back on OBS myself. Yeah, I don't know nothing about what I knew. I still know, but I mean, with that update, they put things in different places. I couldn't find my, my chat. Usually it pop up when I start the stream, or even when I create the stream, it used to pop up the live chat box. So I got to go back in and see how I did that. Dee. What up, though? I just popped up here for a minute, talk a little crap. That's it. Just talk a little crap. But yeah, so it's just interesting, interacting with different people. But like I told them on that panel, I don't fuck with everybody because they be like that. It'd be some cool people. It'd just be some characters around them. I got characters around me though, so we all got that. But like in real life, man, I ain't got time for that nonsense. Time is precious. You don't get that back. So I ain't about to spend it bullshitting around with somebody for no reason. That boy said, "Oh, I'm scared. I don't use my kids as no excuse. I got kids. A lot of people don't rear their children. So you even saying I'm using my kids for an excuse, that tells me a lot about you. How you look at it. You talk about you got kids. So you must be a part-time parent or a contingent parent or something. Bro, I'm a full, whole, active dad. My babies, my wife is my life. Everything I do is for them, man. So anytime I can spare, I come on here, I do my thing, and I get off. But you think I'm gonna prioritize a conversation with somebody I don't know over my family? I'm good. Especially when there ain't nothing to gain. Shit, people pay me for my time, bro. 45 minutes for 30 minutes. That's what I get paid. So you want my time? Yeah, pay me. Pay me. Shit, I come have a debate with you, pay me. Other than that, nah, man, I just don't waste time like that. You afraid? People like you? Nah, it ain't running, bro. You just not worthy. You're not. I had respect for him when he was like, "I'm an insurance salesman in the summer." Like, what? What the fuck? Hold on, man. He said, "I'm thinking like, I my life insurance, my license expired last year, or maybe the beginning of this year. I didn't renew it, but my insurance license expired. But even if you look my name up, you'll still see it'll say inactive. I just got to take a couple courses, but I moved past that. I got my business now. But when he said insurance, I'm like, oh, you sell insurance. He says it's a summer job. I'm like, what? Fucking, you in high school, bro? I didn't want to make fun of that dude on Mr. My panel, but he said, I sell insurance, but it's a summer job. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm a grown ass man, bro. I ain't working no damn summer job. Oh man, is Mr. Mine still alive? I might go back over there and fuck with him because that shit was funny. He said it's a summer job, not easy live though. Oh, Mr. Mine must have got off. Yeah, she got off. Oh, she almost went 7 hours. He said, yeah, I sell insurance. It's a summer job. Like, bro, that's a career, man. And then you only sell health insurance. You're not easy. Well, you gotta have a tongue. But look, life insurance. You know why it was easy for me to sell life insurance? Because people didn't really truly understand what life insurance is. If you selling a product like that, I mean, only thing you gotta do is make it make sense and have something of a value for people. I don't like term life insurance policies unless they need it for a term. Like if they was married and bought a house, something happened to either spouse, they could use the insurance policy to pay it off so they won't go in debt and lose it. So yeah, in instances, a car, a business, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, I haven't sold, but I seen my broker sell people who start businesses insurance. They begin the highest policy I sold was like 800,000. I was about to sell a $1.5 million policy, but that it fell through. The person didn't have enough assets to qualify for that amount from the company that I sold for, so they went to another company, and they gave them a universal and a term that added up to 1.5, which I told him I could do, but he didn't want that. But I guess when he seen he wanted to go get approved for it, he just said fuck it and went with the people he was working with already. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, only thing you're doing is educating people, and then because a lot of people, they didn't understand. They thought life insurance was just for death, and I'm like, nah, bro. You start spitting game to them, let them know about the different forms of life insurance. I done sold whole life, universal life, index life. So, I mean, there's different ways that you can, similar to like your 401k, you can build it and you can borrow from it. Or it'll be another supplementary piece. But also, I sold a lot of riders on life insurance too. Like riders that, like you sign somebody up for like 300,000, right? And then you throw a rider on there for like disability or extended care, which would be like if they had to go into a home. You can put riders on your life insurance policy, and the I don't want to say dividends, but the money you accrue, go towards that, and you still have your policy, from a whole life. So there's many benefits from it. You can put your kids on your life insurance policy as a rider, I believe, up until they're 18. But you can have your kids as a rider. So say if you got a policy for like 100 or 200,000, you can have them added on as a rider for another 75,000. And it's beneficial. I would prefer. This is the benefit of signing kids up, and this is another thing. This is what I'm saying. It's so easy to sell life insurance because the younger you are, the cheaper it is, right? So you can start your kid off at 5 years, really 2, I think, but 5 years old, right, is ideal. Start them off at 5 years old, and you sign them up for like 100,000. That policy, the monthly amount they pay, even when they take it over later on in life, is gonna stay the same. It's fixed. Unless you add something to it later, it's fixed. So like if you wait till you like 40, 50 years old for life insurance and you try to get it, and you try to get like 100,000, man, you're gonna be paying probably about $200 a month. But if you get that same policy when a kid is 5, they probably gonna be paying like $65, $75 a month for the rest of their life until they either cash it out or sell it. So you start telling people, but and then like, man, I ain't gonna spit the sauce on here, but you can do things when you have like whole life insurance policy, man. You can do things with them things. Because remember, you can borrow from them. So imagine borrowing from yourself versus borrowing from a creditor. But it's a way you, like, man, like the rich stay rich for a reason. They know what the hell they doing. They know what the hell they doing. And my broker, man, shout out to him, man. He done taught me a lot of things. You can definitely be self-efficient, self-reliant off of life insurance policies if you let them grow enough. It ain't nothing instant where it's gonna happen tomorrow. Now you have to let that boy sit there for like 10, 15 years. Is a great investment if you know how to properly use it. Different ways you can use it. You can just get life insurance to cover a funeral. I've seen people use life insurance to develop their retirement. That shit fucked me up. But that's why I say financials, bro, that's a whole different world, man. And the way things move in the financial world is different. It's different. But yeah, you can set your kids up with a life insurance policy, they'd be straight. You set them up now, they'd be straight tomorrow. I met this lady who bought a house by cashing, she didn't even cash it in. She took a portion of her life insurance policy and used that as a down payment for a house. And then flipped that house and bought a house in a rental house. And that's how she was LPN. She wasn't a registered nurse, but she was working on that. But she stopped going to school and everything, and just started being a property. Went into real estate for herself. Started managing her own properties. Just by cashing that policy in. So, yeah, if you know, money is a whole different language. If you know, you know. I just say it like that. Once upon a time, I would have been embarrassed to tell someone I don't have anything in my name. And now I laugh at people when they be like, I got this in my name. I got that in my name. Yeah. Yeah. If you only knew. If you only knew. Do you know if you put things in a trust, if you pass away, it will bypass all the court proceedings? It'll bypass it. It'll go straight to the inheritor. So y'all should think about that. And they won't have to pay none of that. Like when you inherit something, you have to pay that transfer fee to put it back. I mean, to put it in your name. You ain't got to pay none of that if you put it in a trust. Trust, y'all should, man. If y'all don't know what trust is, yeah, learn about what trust is. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll talk about, trust over here. I bring an expert over here. I bring my boy Alonzo over here and let him talk about it because he in the field just to be more responsible. Because I can only tell you what I know. So I can ask him some thought-provoking questions and we can get some titillating answers. Titillating. Yeah, we can do that. But oh man, where is might go pick with Speakeasy before I get off here. Might go over there and pick with Speak. But yeah, that was just interesting. I just wanted to recalibrate my brain real quick. Because that was I don't know, just dealing with a certain type of energy, like you understand, like you gotta kind of shake it off. Y'all can't be taking all these energies in, man. These people weird, man. People can be weird, man. They be validating themselves by arguing with people on the internet. That's like loser status, bro. They be getting moral victories for arguing with people on the internet. I made him look stupid. Bro, that's some high school shit. You can tell people like that, man, like dudes like that, ain't no women about to deal with you, bro. Ain't no woman about to deal with you. You coming on the internet to get moral victory, to feel validated in life. But in the daytime, you scrubbing toilets. Like, man, fuck out of here, bro. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. I wish Commander was in the chat. She probably went to sleep by now. I just want to pick her brain for a minute. Commander, you in the bushes? Don't tell me you made a fajita and start chilling and fell asleep. She gonna kick my ass tomorrow. I said, Commander, you in the bushes? She clicked off like, hell no. Commander don't want to say nothing because she know I'm gonna talk her ear off. We're missing Mod at. In fact, where Jill at? I should have tagged Jill. I don't know his name though. I should have tagged him. Definitely should have tagged him. Didi, yeah, it was a very interesting night. Very interesting. And he said he was joking. Boy, you almost got a mic through at your head. Why you up? You gotta go to school tomorrow. Okay, I'm about to come. Oh, I'm about to come. Go ahead, go turn. Yeah, you good. You ain't doing nothing. No, you ain't doing nothing. Go ahead. Okay, I'm coming up. All right, y'all, let me get off here. The little general woke up and he ain't happy. His butt gotta go to school in the morning. So, but I appreciate y'all rocking out with me for a minute. But y'all know what I always say, care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nation. If I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.